Throughout humanity's history, humans have commonly been known to congregate over similar characteristics or ideals, sharing ideas, opinions, and other information to benefit others or themselves. These groups of people, known as communities, have since been a common sight behind many topics from our day-to-day lives. Thousands upon thousands of communities exist. Communities of place that encompass neighborhoods. Communities of interest that discuss topics such as railroads and trains, TV shows, movies and music. Even communities behind the artists themselves. Since the release of the earliest video games, communities have grown to back these sources of media with a wide range of fanaticism inside of these communities. Elden Ring is a dark fantasy action role-playing game, taking influences from old Metroidvanias, action games, and Japanese manga. Elden Ring was developed by company From Software, which was founded in 1986. At the time, the company was headed by Naotoshi Zin. A then programmer, Hidetaka Miyazaki, joined the growing company in 2004. He soon began to advise the company and is now head of the company. The video games From Software sought to develop exhibited many influences from popular video games at the time. Metroidvanias, which are action-adventure platforming games, was a primary influence on From Software's games. Japanese manga is also of heavy inspiration in many of From Software's Souls-like games. Elden Ring is a part of a long series of video games known as Souls-like games. The Souls-like genre is made up of action role-playing games that are of high difficulty. The games are usually made up of environmental storytelling and are set in a dark fantasy world. The first Souls-like video game release recognized is a video game called Demon Souls. The game, however, was a massive failure at launch, having little support from its publisher, Sony. It was not published across other countries due to its poor performance. From Software has had many years to evolve from developing Demon Souls to now developing an award-winning game like Elden Ring. Elden Ring was awarded Game of the Year at the 2023 Game Developers Choice Awards. Along with winning Game of the Year, they were awarded with 2 more awards, being Best Visual Art and Best Design.
Couple months ago. No, 2 months ago. Man, I know they love the game. I know they do a lot of research on the game too. Like they want some. No. I know that like they make like sophisticated like builds, like, you know, like, and if you use summons, then like it's bad. Yeah, hell no. Man, I just play the game, bro, until I get bored.
Yeah. I post memes, make fun of people. You know, the usual.
I am, yeah. I'm involved by, well, recently, since I started playing the game, I joined servers related to the game, responded to tweets, watched or looked at posts, responded to stuff like that, speaking my own mind, and just, I don't know, just trying to make new friends with this new game that popped up.
Ways that the Elden community helps across one another is by various means, such as helping one with their build or helping one with a certain boss with its cooperator mechanics, and as well as helping someone as in guiding them throughout the game or giving small tips. And ways that the community interacts with one another naturally could vary from sharing art pieces to making memes and discussing, lore points or anything related to the game itself. As we know, the game is currently thriving and growing more and more popular by the day.
For example, Kai with Elden Ring is a game where you have to manage your stamina, right? Kai, being a button mashing guru, was just spamming the dodge button. So like he had no stamina and stuff, and then he just get like mollywop, get slapped across the face and all that, and die. And then I look at the chat, and they'll be like, bro, time it, bro. Stop spamming circles, stop dodging. Like dodge like wisely and stuff like that. And like, that makes them angry. Like when you don't play the game correctly, or like how they play or how they want you to play, like, things get feisty, man.
Like, I think they just be like too toxic sometimes. Sometimes, like, I'll be like flying to the builds, you know, saying like, the usual. And they always respond so bad. Sometimes it hurts, bro. I wish they appreciated me. Every time I say something, they always be like, shut the hell up. Be like, oh my goodness. Crying.
Well, honestly, I think it's pretty crazy to me and how these people act. At least from my experience, it's been pretty bad so far. I've had experiences with egotistical players that just harass the newer players that don't really play the game the way the quote-unquote veterans think it should be played.
Elden Ring has a very indecisive community. It's largely filled with talented individuals, but tainted with toxicity. The most common topic that divides players is whether or not is there a way to play the game right. This can derive from whether a certain build is too powerful, or if exploring the entire game is how you fully experience it.
It's a build my friend recommended me, a dual katana bleed build.
I use shield. It's a shield. All I use. Because it takes real skill. Mage people, the mage people. Some big shit. Anybody else, they're trash. They're all trash. Dual katana builds, they all trash. Takes no skill. No real skill. All I do is bleed. Don't get me started, bro. Bleed builds. I hate bleed builds. Yeah. It's like they're playing on easy mode or something. That shit out of my face. I don't want to talk about it.
Like, you can clearly see that these people are just genuinely harassing players based on the playstyle and the builds that they choose to play as. Like, it just goes to show that you need to remind yourself that this is just a game, all in all. By the way, $60.
The two biggest reasons why the toxic part of the community is the way it is one, a lot of these players come from playing the past Souls games. The past Dark Souls games, summoning did cost a lot in a way. It was limited in a way, so it was kind of seen as natural to just not summon anyone or any NPC because that would just cost you. And since you would die a lot in those games, there was no point in summoning. So a lot of the original players just, played the game by their own and just beat the bosses on their own. So when they see other players having a more like accessible like version or a more accessible like game, such as Elden Ring, where you can summon without no cost whatsoever, then it's bound to happen that certain players from the Dark Souls games would get upset at other people having an easier time. Now, the second reason is immaturity. A lot of people would be put down by other of these players by saying that, oh, you are using this certain build, or oh, you are using summons, you are not playing the game right. And when they do give into that temptation, they will also, in a way, be as toxic as them, because now once they beat the game on their own with no summons, then they will feel superior in a way, and they'll let their ego get the best of them and put others down because of that. So it's more of a cycle in a way.
So, Mr. David, I got a lot of questions prepared for you, so get ready to answer a couple questions.
Yeah.
Recently, Elden Ring released a new DLC, so have you played it yet?
No.
Oh,
Uh, I'd say that boss was quite hard, but I beat it first try. DLC? My goodness, bro. I can't beat it, bro. It's impossible. I'm on the first boss. It is.